Then, how about Evangelion, some contemporary Japanese programs, Japanese animations? I would take, Evangelion franchise and Haruhi franchise, because those two programs are extremely successful franchise of recent Japanese animations. And both programs are more related on character presentation of characters rather than narrative, development. In terms of Shinseki Evangelion, Neon Genesis Evangelion, it's basically open ending. That controversial ending is not even ending. So that compel, the producer, not only the producer, but for the, fans to create their alternative endings, alternative local narratives. And it's openly differ to some of the conventions, not only, anime culture, but, Bible and religious philosophical text, even literature, many things, but not actually creating so-called the grand narrative, or the creation of the grand narrative is allowed or given to the audience to create through their participation, to decoding local narrative and creating the grand narrative behind the local narratives. Suzumiya Haruhi's case is even more extreme. This is Shinseki Evangelion is kind of traditional in the sense that this is based on anime project and everything started from the anime industry. But in case Suzumiya Haruhi, this is based on a novel. But the novel itself is almost like, some replication of some of the anime conventions. Characters are openly recycled from, famous characters, like, Haruhi is obviously, Asuka, and Yuki is obviously Rei, and multiple, other characters. And it's almost like a fan fiction in a sense. Fan fiction written for, some other famous anime programs like Evangelion. And structurally, this is really interesting program because Haruhi's goal is discovering an alien and a psychic and some time traveler. And it's interestingly, her goal is already achieved in the beginning of the program, but she doesn't know. So again, this is manipulating kind of she doesn't know, but she doesn't know about the fact her goal is already achieved throughout the entire series. Probably if she realizes, her goal is, already achieved, the entire series just take apart. And that's one of the reasons the author cannot complete her, write a new, the author cannot produce a new series, new novel based on the series, although, fans are just expecting new novels. So just prolongation of the realization of Haruhi that her goal is already, achieved. And also that can be also said about love relationships between Haruhi and the protagonist Kyon. Already, so for the audience, it's obviously clear that they are in love, but they try not to recognize their love relationships, and that basically is rejection of realizing their love relationships just to propel the story itself. So in a sense, that something that is fundamental in the Hollywood classical system, the fulfillment of the second line, heterosexual relationship, is never achieved, or it's almost intentionally presented as open-ending kind of structure, so that you can create many sub-local narratives based on this open-ending structure, so that you can freely refer to the database called Japanese animation culture. I'm concluding. So it's almost like I'm talking about anime as almost like a participatory culture, and this is really important point. The reason that Japanese animation was successful, even in the United States. Many people tend to talk about the rich stories and storylines, complex stories and narratives, interesting characters, but maybe it's overlooking some of the important aspect of Japanese animation, that is participation. So fans of a popular anime series may sample dialogue. This is participatory culture that summarize episodes, debate subtext, create original fan fiction, record their own soundtracks, make their own movies, and distribute all of this worldwide via the internet. So, and this interactivity, this is different from traditional interactivity. That interactivity in the traditional sense is almost like pre-structured interactivity manipulated by the designer or the copyright holder. In the system, it's more like you becoming a game designer or game master, through which you will define your own rules and through which you can appreciate those programs. And the participation is usually open-ended, less under the control of media producers and more under the control of media consumers. And anime's success, according to Henry Jenkins, should lie in Japanese media companies were tolerant of the kinds of grassroots activities that American media companies seem so determined to shut down. So, I think this is my conclusion that it's possible to interpret anime as a new mode of storytelling which alters existing technologies, industries, markets, genres, and audiences, and ultimately even create a context. Context means a local narrative where viewers individually and collectively can reshape and recontextualize mass media content. So this is my take on Japanese animation, and thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much. We have, until 1:30, so we have just a few minutes. And if you have any questions to Saito Sensei.